I can really see people's beauty so clearly and easily as soon as I come into the room with them. I'm just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And then it's this process of like supporting them in different ways to help just let go of those pieces that don't allow their truth to flow, you know? Um, and so supporting more flow of the truth of who people are, you know? And a really huge, huge piece, I think, that is so important is learning to really celebrate our journey and the things that we are uh, um, navigating and finding ways to include, because so often we're always in this like mindset of like, oh, I've got to get over there before I can really feel whole and feel good, you know? And it's like, no, you're already doing all of those things. And so celebrating, I heard a quote, and I'm not sure I'm going to get it right, and I don't even know who it's by, but that which we celebrate, we integrate. And so it's really just like, you know, that's a big piece of what I help people do is like see that they are doing these things already that are aligned with them and the ways in which you're already being you, and to celebrate that, because that helps you bring that more to life and enliven and invigorate and strengthen, you know, the truth of who you are. So
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Larissa Davis, and I am an artist. Wasn't always an artist, but I am an artist now, and I am a creatively fit coach. And I really enjoy being in collaboration with others, in workshop retreat settings. I love being in those spaces where the everyday falls away. And sometimes that's at an art fair or a festival. Sometimes that's at a retreat or workshop that I'm leading, or an experience that I'm having. So I just really welcome those opportunities when the everyday falls away, because I feel that there's so much openness and there's so much space for us and our full authenticity to come out, for joy to be experienced, and for all those things that are within us that really have great information for us and would like to have a little bit of our attention. There's room for them to come forward. So I find that the retreats that I have led and the workshops that I have led with the painting and this creative, intuitive, expressive painting process, which is not about painting a specific thing. It's not like a paint night where you come in and oh, we're painting seagulls tonight. It's not that at all. It's about the relationship with the creative process. It's about the conversation that you're having with what you're seeing in front of you, and it gets you into that space where the everyday does fall away, and you are in that bit of timelessness, that space that I'm sure you've all probably had those experiences at different times where you just stepped into something so thoroughly that there's only that moment and everything else quiets down. It's such a relief and such a blessing, right? Yeah, so I just to speak to any concerns that anyone has about painting, it's really it's the only expectation is that you're meeting yourself on the canvas. And in the process of this particular retreat and a series of retreats, we are just deepening and deepening that knowing of ourselves, and the painting just helps facilitate that without any expectation of what it's going to look like. And I think you and I have both expressed this like real appreciation for collaboration and how that can help generate more ideas and be more enriching even for people who are coming to join in, because we're offering more, like there's the energy of you and the energy of me, plus the energy of everyone who's there, which I don't even want to discount at all, because it's such, right, that group energy is what creates it all. It's every single woman who's going to be here with us is creating this with us.
We can plan, and we are planning activities and questions and things to do to help invoke connection with that authentic self, but it's really in the sharing and connecting and being in the same room with other women that like adds this whole unknown, beautiful unraveling factor that just like, we have no idea how what I say is going to touch someone else and what they say is going to touch someone else, and the unfolding that happens magically. It is magic. It feels like magic.
What everyone brings, like you were saying, is so unique. So I don't teach a particular style, and I don't even really teach at all. I look at myself more as a space holder and maybe a light holder, down the path, through the dark cave, as we explore creative expression as another way to expand and step into ourselves.
This new understanding that I'm coming to is really of like, we have to explore and accept and love and get to know all parts of ourselves, because when we lock a part of ourself away and say like, oh, that judgment part of myself is no good, there's always some wisdom hidden away with it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to explore that with you in the morning, with the work that you're doing, and then to bring that into our creations later.
So often we try to make change and transformation simply through like the mental abilities, like to mentally make our way. And there's so much information that's stored in our bodies and our spirit and our heart, like having these different ways to express and connect, like through art or through nature or through symbolism or through even journaling from a place that is like free flow, that's not like controlled mind stuff, like connects you to parts of yourself and to pieces in a different way that help you to really create transformation more than just simply trying to mentally guide ourselves.
The embodiment through the art it's a real thing. It's really interesting. The Horse Heart Retreat, one of the women who was there, I don't remember if I told you this, but I don't think I've told you guys this. So she wrote to me and she expressed how the painting that she had always painted really small or created small things that had just sort of like, been like a wrist and hand kind of activity. And because we had a larger canvas, which wasn't a huge canvas, but it was much larger than anything she worked on, she felt so much more of her body engaged in that process. And she felt an embodiment and engagement and an awakening happening. And like you said, there's so much information that's in our bodies, that's stored in our cells. And that's why these activities that get us more connected with our bodies really help that, help us connect with more of us.